guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back with Shane.
Zach.
We're back with Clone Wars. We're watching in chronological order. We're in episode 117.
Can you believe what happened last time?
I could barely believe it.
I was actually
Jar Jar banging the queen of this planet.
That's the most unbelievable thing about it. So, Queen Julie and Jar Jar is like planet to planet. Is intergalactic communication as good as it is today? And like when it comes to global communication.
And I'm also thinking about like their species.
How's a Weezer going to do this? Oh,
well, you have Twi'leks and other like humanoid things.
Yeah, they're kind of more or less humanoid.
Yeah, they're kind
for
of
the convenience of the plot.
Yeah, they're kind of bipedal, but they're very different.
They're anthropoids. So.
Yeah, they're a lot different, I think, than a Twi'lek and a human.
You're talking about Jar Jar now and the Queen.
Yeah, Jar Jar and the Queen are much different, I think.
Hell yeah. I mean, they kind of look similar in a sense. They have that kind of weird duck-billed looking feature to them. But at the same time, they seem very different. There's also something almost bird-like about those people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see any plumage, I guess. They have these funny-looking, weird face flap.
Yeah,
going on.
And we got to remember, there was also that one episode where that bitch from Return of the Jedi, the singer.
Yeah. She had like a love affair with all these different people.
Oh, wasn't it like I think it was a Rhodian.
Yeah. So how does?
Yeah, they're a lot different. They're both bipedal, but I think they're even more different than Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Well, I think Star Wars is just like
anything goes, baby.
Anything goes.
I mean, I guess maybe
like the Indiana Jones song.
Indiana Jones.
Anything goes, like in the second one. Like he's in a white tux, and the Asian guys are like they poison him. And Steven Spielberg's future wife, the blonde girl, she's the love interest. She's singing that song on stage. Yeah,
lady only here because she banged director.
I was looking up the episode. There's an interesting cliff note in terms of like some of the trivia. And the starting point of the episode was just basically Mace Windu teaming up with an unlikely person.
We talked about this. They kind of mischaracterized Mace.
Yeah, he wouldn't be that impatient, so I don't like that type of stuff. I mean, I love the show, but yeah, that Mace wouldn't do that. Not the Mace from the movies, not the Mace from the books. Samuel Jackson would never do that.
Yeah, they made him seem very impatient.
I just think there's another way to solve the problem of, okay, how do we interrupt them and like have Jar Jar leave the room so she can get captured? I just think there's other ways to do that. You know what I'm saying? I do know that there was a writer. There was like some other writer that has never written on the show. He wrote the episode.
Samuel Jackson slaps him back in the head.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. he finds out about it, you know, because I know he voices him in the Clone Wars movie, and he wanted to be here for the show, but it was a demanding shooting schedule, or filming schedule, or voice recording schedule. In the end, they were basically doing what they were doing in Korra. It looked like they were draining people of their force powers for some ritual. I didn't really understand it.
Well, yeah, it was very you're draining the essence from them, the force essence from their bodies.
Yeah,
and then they were trying to get away in a shuttle.
Yeah,
and it didn't really explain like where that was going.
Okay, I will say this. I know there's a part 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I found out the writer wrote kind of these 2 episodes.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe we'll get some answers there. You know, I think it's interesting having them together. I just don't want any more. The only thing I don't want is for them to make Mace do anything.
I don't like that about it. It's kind of like the Batman films, the Bale films, the Nolan films.
Yeah.
Or pretty much any Batman film, and it has this kind of grace because of the nature of the comics. Yeah. But as long as they get the characters right, there's no strict storyline you need to follow to make those movies. They can throw it in there and be like, oh, this is following this storyline, and they can kind of put the Easter eggs together. But you don't have, as long as you get the characters right. Tom Hardy's Bane, I really like him.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
But Bane in the comics was Hispanic.
He was. And,
so
yeah.
It's you.
I didn't know about that until later.
They whitewashed him, but he's kind of like the anti-Batman in a sense, because he plays a part of like, you know, Alfred's like, hey, you used to be like this. Yeah. We don't like that anymore. Yeah. And that's kind of the whole idea. In the dressing room, he said he met Christian kind of for the first time, like had a real conversation with him. And he was just laying there in a t-shirt, and Tom Hardy was in his gear. And he's like, okay, yes, I'm bigger than this guy. And then he said he came out the first time as Batman, and he went, oh, Jesus. Like, he's just intimidating because he's taller and he's bigger, and he's got this, Christian Bale had this presence when he put on the outfit. Mm-hmm. And then Christian looked at him and he went, oh, yeah. Because he knew what he was thinking. It was like on the Graham Norton show or something. That's funny.
Yeah, he just, oh, yeah. Anyways, guys, before we jump into this one, if you want to support us, check us out on Patreon. We have our full-length uncut reactions for all the things that we do. We also have the next 4 weeks on there. Mm-hmm. And I say this all the time, but let us know if you want us to do Rebels or Bad Batch. Probably going to be Rebels. Mm-hmm. Let's jump in. Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of like that. I like the word fool.
Yeah,
so
did you?
They're leaving. They're leaving.
Going after the ship.
So, tell me exactly what you saw when you were being held prisoner by the cultists.
The cultists took one of the Daikoyan masters and sacrificed him. He got all crispy fried, and then they stole the force right out of him and put it in a shiny ball.
And now they plan to do the same thing with the Queen. The cultists couldn't exploit the living force like a Jedi or a Sith. I sense something else. A darker presence.
Maybe they could.
They're from that race.
Well, they're probably not as refined in terms of their use of the Force. But
if the containment spear has gathered enough of the living force, as you suggest, I will be able to sense its location. If we find the spear, we will find the Queen.
We should make a Bombad team, Master and Mace.
Indeed.
Indeed. That's a hell way to go, that ship.
Where am I? Who are you? Unhand me!
Sleep.
No! No.
Another vision of the Great Mother came to me. She said the Jedi knows of the sphere.
The Great Mother warned us our plan would be discovered if a Jedi ever came to Bardota. Once we sacrifice the Queen and transfer the living force to the Great Mother, she will deal with the Jedi.
So they're literally killing him. Pretty sure it's Zagarian? Yeah, they're slavers. And it's like from the best
Which
arc.
one? Oh, the one
the
that
cat
showed in
lady.
the corner. Yeah, okay.
I didn't know it was killing him. It's kind of worse.
Yeah.
We must remain calm and let the Force guide us.
Okay day, Master and Mace.
I see crowds. Wait, a square, a market square. And the sphere, I see it. And the Queen. Let's go.
Risa thought Risa not rushing in.
That was before we knew where we were going. Now, the chase is on.
It just brings me back to episode 5 when Yoda and Luke are meditating.
Risa getting a creeping feeling here.
Do not center on your anxieties, Jar Jar. Keep moving. This way.
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. The same 7 or 8 species.
This is it. The market square I saw through the Force.
Never seen these guys though. This is, they're pulling Indiana Jones here. Awesome. These loaf cats. And Indiana Jones is jumping on the, going through the crowd. I thought he's gonna start slicing through him. Why is Aang up there?
Yeah, no, I saw him.
I've got this. Keep after the Queen.
It's a lot of faith. Very different Star Wars music.
God damn, they're bringing it again now.
I guess I thought there'd be something kind of primitive, you know? Like a bow and arrow.
Most of they had those up to this time. They were using clubs.
Yeah.
Risa need to be brave.
You know, if I had to do that, like, I would be laughing. I don't want to kill anyone, but I have to.
Master and Mace, Risa went this way. Hurry!
I really thought this guy's gonna be a hard ass. Oh, Jesus.
The Gundam trainer.
Yep. Oh, really, asshole?
Use the Force, Luke.
Oh, no.
Oh,
He
jeez.
just fucking jacked him in the face. I really thought that guy was gonna be a martial arts badass. Like Krav Maga or
He
something.
was wearing Mongolian clothing and training wombats,
He's a
man.
poser, I guess. Oh, man. That's actually pretty... Oh, I can't show us... I'm just gonna run around the city.
Oh, shit.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Are you stealing the living Force?
The Great Mother, she will deal with you, Jedi. You will see.
Have a nice nap.
I do believe he would do that.
They said gone. They speeded away Bombad fast. We should need some kind of ride.
You're lucky I have no time to argue.
He's a negotiator. He can negotiate a good price.
The appointed time draws near. The sun and the moons are almost aligned. Once the Great Mother is in possession of the sphere, she will combine her powers with the living force, and a new order will arise.
I don't think you're going to get anywhere with those funny hats, gentlemen.
I know.
You don't call it with those funny hats.
Jar Jar. Jar Jar, please.
I'm just worried about the Queenie.
I understand your fears, and I am trying to help you. Keep your mind focused on the task at hand.
Why say you thinking they want Queenie so badly?
As the spiritual leader of her people, the living force inside the Queen must be very powerful.
Well, we shall not let them have Queenie's force.
No.
Wish it was true of our leaders.
When we get to the temple, I'll handle the guards and whatever evil we find.
And we said good guys will triumph. Right, Master and Mace?
Yes.
I'm glad we got that little conversation. It'd be crazy as Mother Townsend, but
You've seen it.
I have not seen this. I haven't seen.
It's very evident that it's probably not Mother Townsend.
My visions have come to fruition. At last, you are here.
Do you have the living sphere?
It's like an evil spirit back.
I can feel the power of the pure spirit. The Jedi comes.
This temple is well protected. When they arrive, the Stone Guardians will deal with them.
That I am not a natural force wielder like the Jedi or Sith. I use dark magic to achieve power. But as a Bardotti, you possess a strong connection to the living force.
I will not succumb to your evil.
How noble. Upon that tower rests a device that can harness the energy of the sun. When the lenses are aligned, the energy will rip your spirit from you. With the combined power of your spirit, I will become more powerful than any Sith or Jedi.
Kind of like what Sephiroth was trying to do. Summon an asteroid that would basically all but destroy the planet. And he was going to go into the center of that. And as the planet goes to heal itself, he was going to go there and steal all that.
Really?
Become like a god, yeah.
But what was he going to make a god of it?
Planet, I guess. Oh, no, he was going to use the planet like as his vessel. And go through the cosmos and take over everything.
Get behind you.
Crack soldiers. The music now is just this weird Scots Polish thing going on.
It feels like a 1990s movie that takes place in the Middle Ages.
Lisa found a bang boomerang.
Nice work.
A boomerang. All right. That's okay. Very good.
The Jedi have defeated the Stone Guardians.
You mean the Jedi and the Gungan.
Master Windu.
I assume you are the Great Mother.
I am a simple witch, not worth the trouble or attention of the great Jedi Order.
A nice sister. Get the Queen.
You should spray your shit. That'd really mess it up, I think.
Ninja kick the damn rabbit.
Do something.
Do something.
Oh.
Yep.
It looks like there's like a gun in Halo that's kind of similar to that.
Hurry, Jar Jar.
Hey guys, something's gonna happen to that guy.
fucking son. He beats him and all the souls get out.
Yeah.
What just happened?
I think
her version of like evaporating or whatever they call that shit.
Yeah. I think she was just mad, but it looked too painful.
Yeah.
Jar Jar, Your Highness, over here.
Yeah, they are kind of like a bird people.
I saw the witch when I looked into the Force. I knew you would stop her.
You should be thanking Master and Mace.
Jedi Master, I owe you my life.
It is my privilege to serve you, Queen Julia.
Perhaps this is a new beginning for the Bardotans and the Jedi.
Perhaps.
Get a couple notes here. I just screenshot them anyway. Look at them. Talzin was last seen in Revenge, an episode from Series 4 of Season 4. So that's a while ago.
Yes, it was.
The script specifically says the heroes ride off like the end of Last Crusade. I mean, I felt a lot of that when I kind of saw the train track.
Yeah,
you know?
You had a lot of, like you mentioned, with them in the marketplace and her being carried off when she's like, Indy!
Yeah.
And people were being carried off. And
the way she was saying it, like,
yeah.
what was she saying? Jar Jar!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
it was like uncomfortable to watch. Because she had this, her voice, I don't know, when women are like distressed and being kidnapped, to me it's always kind of disturbing.
Yeah. And sometimes it's meant to be, especially in the Jones movies, it's kind of meant to be funny. In some
it's a little
instances.
funnier there.
It's meant to be in some places.
Within the Star Wars universe, the Force exists in all living things. The Jedi and Sith, they're just two different religions that like got a head start. You know what I mean?
But they also described that they were natural Force users, whereas Mother Talzin described herself as not being one.
Yeah, but then that almost confused me because I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that they just use the Force the way they use it. It manifests as magic. They believe it's magic because they're more primitive. Certainly in the EU, that's exactly what it was. In the old EU, Jason Solo, he goes off for like 7 years to study like all the different religions, like 10 of them, with how they use the Force, the Jedi, the Sith, the witches, the Dathomir, and there's a bunch of other ones. Just to like have like a sharp, a broader view, yeah. As Palpatine would say.
Yeah, but she definitely described it here. Maybe this is just the one instance.
Well, Mace says magic is an illusion.
Yeah, the one time they described it that way. So
yeah, I think Mace was basically saying that view is kind of false. Looking at like you're using the Force, I'm using magic, but it's
still the Force.
Yeah, it's still a Force. I mean, you can call it the Force magic. You can call and it basically is magic.
But because it's interesting how it manifests itself.
Yeah,
through their use, creating the sword out of, let's say, thin air.
Yeah. It almost... What is it?
It's to me, it'd be almost like alchemy.
Well,
in that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood sense.
Yeah. Well, it made me think of when in Avengers, not Endgame, but the one before that, Infinity War, where they're fighting, and then Thanos wants the last stone, like the second to last stone that he needs. Shit, what's his name? The wizard.
Doctor Strange. Yeah,
he kind of just summons that of midair. It's like he had it hidden almost. That's how it felt when she took the sword out of thin air almost.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I mean, is that what that one chick did in Ahsoka though?
I think so. I mean, they said it's Talzin's sword. I don't think it can occupy more than one place.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering.
You got to think of where it came from though.
Yeah,
I think they're in another fucking galaxy.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty powerful if they can summon shit from that galaxy.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. I mean, to me,
the most interesting... It's just a blueprint. They just know what it looks like.
Maybe.
So it's like 3D printing.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, they gave it to the girl who she died, essentially. You know what I mean? The most interesting to me about that show is what they're going to do with the storyline of Ray Stevenson's character. And the second most interesting thing to me is they're going to Dathomir, and will they have Mother Talzin live action character?
Yeah, and I have to wonder where they're going with that because they're tying that into what will ultimately be Thrawn's demise or not. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the way you described how he died in the original, you know.
He was killed by his bodyguard. His bodyguard found out that the Empire are the ones that decimated his fucking planet. So
yeah, I think I want a better death from him than that.
Yeah, so he just turns around and fucking kills his ass. But I wonder if it'll be something similar.
I thought the music in this was like it was unique. I mean, Kevin Kiner usually remixes Star Wars stuff, classic and prequel tunes, but he's done a lot of kind of original stuff. I mean, he did a lot of original stuff in the Ahsoka show. But I thought it was kind of like you said, and it was like this janky, like a bar doing it in like a town square. This stuff with the big concrete guys, that was kind of cool.
Stone Guardians.
Yeah, a lot of original stuff. You know, relatively entertaining arc. The stuff like the iconography of tying a woman up and sucking her soul out, fucking that actually, yeah, pretty strong.
Like old school pulp magazine style storytelling. Like I can't remember his name, but he was a friend of Lovecraft. He was like his pen pal, and the guy was actually a boxer in real life too. He boxed for a living.
Oh, by the way, in terms of like, there was a character in this that monk-looking guy.
Yeah, he's the trainer, is what it says right there.
Okay, he
Jeff Fisher.
What an interesting character. Like I thought he would
do a little more.
Yeah,
because he was the face of the enemy there for a little while. Because the others had the masks on.
Well,
the only other one you saw that didn't have a mask on was that cat lady you were talking about.
Yeah.
And you only see her a few more times. You see her when I thought Jar Jar was going through that building. It looked like her was sitting on a bench watching shit go down.
Yeah.
But she didn't do anything else after she released that fucking Cheshire Cat thing onto those.
Basically, like the Union lost, and they're like, "Oh, fuck these Jedi," you know. So he just wanted to disrupt their shit. What do you think overall?
My favorite part of this episode.
Yeah,
you ask me. I like some of the shots there towards the end when they'd reached this whatever this planet was they ended up on. When he and Mace were at the tracks. Yeah. And it showed the shot of the stars behind them.
Yeah.
Or at the end after he just got done fighting Talzin and they were walking down from the platform and Mace is walking behind them with his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
There's some really cool shots there that I can appreciate, even though overall the episode isn't. I don't really had that many of those.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was an all right episode. I think I'm really interested in. I guess there was like a significant amount of storylines that they had planned and episodes they wanted to start doing after Ahsoka left. I think the plan was to bring her back in some capacity.
Well, time has worked itself out.
Yeah, it kind of worked itself out because we got season 7, but they only did like a few very strong story episodes. I kind of like these one-off episodes every once in a while. Anyways, I don't think I got anything else. It was a decent storyline. I haven't seen it, so I'm glad I got to watch it.
Yeah, it was all right. It's kind of neat how it tied back into something major with Talzin, even though is she major or is she just kind of the shadow of the past that's coming back to be a little to haunt people every once in a while, and
I'm not,
or is she gonna make very big waves?
As far as I know, this is the last appearance from her, but I've heard that.
Well, you literally just told me in those notes that she comes back later.
No, like that note said that her storyline isn't over. I think they just wanted to say that was on StarWars.com.
So basically, she's just not. She's still fair to use.
She's still alive. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it. See you next week.